Hi YouTube. Today I want to talk about a program that was on BBC about 7 years ago, I think. It was meant to be the top 100 greatest Britons in history. Uh, it was voted on, like people would vote for the top 100. Most of them were alright, although Princess Diana came third. I don't know what that says about us. But one of them deserved to be on there a hell of a lot less. Alexander Graham Bell. If you don't know about him, he meant to have invented the telephone in 1876. I say meant because he didn't. I think it's disgusting that this man was put in the top 100 for two reasons. Firstly, he stole the invention from Antonio Meucci, who was an Italian scientist who worked next door to him in America. He'd invented the telephone, but he wasn't able to afford the $10 for a patent extension. And Alexander Graham Bell was working in the patent office and ripped it off. That should be bad enough to keep him out of the history books except as a villain. But there's something he did was far worse, caused far more damage. 4 years later, he sold his part in the telephone business. He'd done very well, already 20,000 telephones right through the country, made a lot of money out of someone else's invention. And there was a congress in Milan, and it was about what method of education should be used for deaf people. Alexander Graham Bell had a deaf wife and a deaf mother. His research, that's what we call it, into telephones, was part was linked to his efforts to make the hearing, make the deaf hear again. There was a debate at this conference between manualism, teaching deaf people with sign language, or oralism, which is teaching them how to lip read, how to talk. Land Congress, there were 168 delegates. How many of them do you reckon were actually deaf themselves? 2. Children were brought out who'd been taught by the oralist method to lip read, and they spoke very well, and this was shown as an example of what a wonderful method it was. What no one knew was that the kids had actually not been born deaf. They'd only been deafened about the age of 7. So they'd been talking till then. That makes all the difference. If you've been born deaf, it is a hell of a lot more different from being deaf at the age of 5 or whatever. Even being deafened at the age of 2 is no near as disabling as being deafened at the age from birth. The Land Congress didn't just promote oralism, it banned sign language in schools, which was a complete catastrophe for them. In 1869, 41% of American teachers of the deaf were deaf themselves. By 1900, only a quarter were, and by 1960, only 12% were. It was a disaster, the Land Congress. The point is that Alexander Graham Bell was the most high-profile supporter of oralism. He was ignorant. He thought that teaching them sign language would cripple them because not many people understand sign language. It never occurred to him that lip reading and speaking does not come naturally to someone born deaf. It's totally different if you're old or you've had an accident and you put a hearing aid in because you've already learned spoken language. It doesn't work like that if you have never heard a sound in your life. It would be like trying to teach. Imagine you were on an alien planet and everyone tried to teach you through whistling. You might pick up a little bit, but it would be such a bizarre and alien way of expressing yourself. talking is completely alien to deaf. And Alexander Graham Bell put enormous pressure, international pressure. He was respected, and he should have known better. He brought what had been the deaf renaissance to an end. From about 1760 to 1860 in France and America, you had deaf schools, deaf colleges opening up. And as I said before, a lot of them, the teachers were deaf themselves. Who better to teach people? I think I've said enough. Sorry that was quite a short video, but I find it quite exhausting the number of so-called do-gooders who actually make a lot of disabled people worse. You need to be cautious. Thanks. See you later, YouTube. Bye.